Only 1.9 million out of approximately 9.1 million households in Uganda have access to electricity, which accounts for only 19% of the total, despite the significant investments in electricity infrastructure, primarily through concessional loans, such as the recent hybrid mechanism for customer connections, where a down payment of 200,000 shillings was required. The majority of the connected households are located in urban areas like Kampala, Mukono, Wakiso, Mbarara, Jinja, and Gulu, and this leaves a large portion of households without access to hydro energy.
We have plans to, as we extend the distribution network, we have a plan that makes us look back to improve the intensification and densification programs. When you connect in the village, you are attracting more connections. When you take a distribution network to a village, for example, people who have not been thinking about building there will build. Maize mills, what, and all that. All loading on the transformer that we have installed. So it requires us to go back and upgrade that, transformer.
Engineer David Birimumaso, the acting Assistant Commissioner of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, defended the ministry's performance by highlighting their efforts in obtaining distribution channels, addressing challenges such as vandalism and aging infrastructure, as well as advocating for tariff reductions. He emphasized that Uganda's electricity production exceeds its annual interior demand significantly, with 1,678 megawatts produced annually compared to the demand of 850 megawatts.
Of right-of-way. Right-of-way is the way for us to be able to erect the power transmission and distribution infrastructure. And these challenges come from us, the consumers, who want to be compensated for the land we are going to lose. So that one is very key, and it is affecting us because it is taking a lot of time because some people feel dissatisfied with the values which are given to them. So the process becomes longer than we anticipate. Energy is energy which is supplied but not consumed. Now, our consumption capacity is still very low because I mentioned that we have capacity to supply 1,600 megawatts, but our demand is 850 megawatts. That's almost half of the energy we can supply. So that is a very big challenge because it now comes back to us. Why are we not consuming the energy we are generating?
The $638 million project funded by the World Bank Electricity Access Scale-up project set to start off this financial year to ensure 1 million connections to the national grid in 5 years will focus on scaling up access to electricity for the undeserved population, including refugees, host communities, rural and poverty-stricken communities.
Which is expected to start this financial year because project financing agreements were signed in February this year. So anytime it will be announced that it is starting, it will involve connecting or adding at least 1 million connections. That means by the time it ends, I mentioned that we have so far connected 1.9. We have 1.9 million connections. So if from scale up we expect 1 million, it can increase slightly from that. So at least by the end of the project, we will have 2.9 million connections. But also
The ministry also announced that Karuma hydropower dam construction, which was to be completed this year in August, shall now be delayed up to August 2024. The fourth-term completion dates are now being pushed. The construction of the 600 megawatts power facility began in December 2013 with expectations of completion in December 2018. Delays in land acquisitions has seen new dates of 2019, August 2022, August 2023, all being default. Karuma Dam project, 85% funded through credit facilities from Exim Bank of China, shall be the largest power generating installation in Uganda.
We had a target to have Karuma commissioned in August this year, but we have extended it to August 2024. So we expect that all the entire Karuma hydropower plant will be 100% complete and ready for commissioning in August 2024. But currently we have so far tested and connected to the grid 300 megawatts from Karuma. So we are at 50% on grid from Karuma hydropower plant.
These revelations all came during a press conference where the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, together with partners, announced the Power and Electricity International Expo, set for 13th July at Oma Showgrounds, seeking to connect the different stakeholders in solar electricity, including policymakers, manufacturers, importers, and traders. More than 100 exhibitors from Uganda, India, United Arab Emirates, and the UK are expected to attend. Janet Daniel, Rona Nahabwe compiled this report.